superhero for today, and I will help you understand our lesson on behalf of Teacher SP. One of my superhero friend once told me, heroes are made by the paths they choose, and not with the powers that they are graced us with. So, if you choose to be equipped with this knowledge, and chose to watch this video, you are a superhero indeed, to find the strength to persevere and endure in spite of overwhelming obstacles. I hope you will learn something from me today. This is Captain Marvel.
Theorems on segment measures formed by seconds and tangents.
At the end of the lesson, you will be able to identify the external second segments. Illustrate the power theorems. Find the lengths of the segments formed by the tangents, seconds, and chords intersecting the circle. Use the lengths of the segments to solve problems.
Let us first determine what we mean by external second segment. It is the part of a second segment that is outside the circle. Let us have an example. Let me first remove my shield. Ayan. So in here, we have 2 second lines. Can you tell me or name the 2 second lines? Yes, we have line AC. Pwede rin natin siyang tawaging line CA or line AB. Pwede rin line BA. They are just the same. And what do you think is the other second line? Right, we have line EC, or we can also call it as line CE. Pwede ring line ED or line DE. Iisa lang yon. But in here, if we are referring to the second line AC, this part, ito yung nasa labas ng circle. Remember, yung segment AB nasa loob. At yung part niyang nasa labas, which is segment BC, is what we call the external second segment. From the word itself, external, meaning nasa labas. Nasa labas na part ng second segment natin. When we are referring to line EC, the part which is outside the circle is segment DC. Therefore, yan yung ating external second segment. Again, titingnan nyo lang ulit kung ano yung second natin, and then yung part na nasa labas ng bilog, yun ang ating tinatawag na external second segment. Therefore, our 2 external second segments here are segment BC, ito yon, segment lang ha, hindi yan line. And then, the segment DC, ito. Did you get it? Very good. In this example, let us name the external second segment in each of the figures. Now, if we have a second SM, second lang siya ha, kasi walang arrow ang kaliwat kanan niya or yung dulo-dulo. Again, when we are referring to second SM, what do you think is our external second segment? Nasa labas na part. Right. It is segment SE. Ayan, yung nasa bandang labas. How about if we are referring to segment SB? Anong part yan ng nasa labas, which we call the external second segment? It is correct. Ito yun. Segment SB. How about in this example? Again, let us name the external second segment. When we are referring to the second BV, the part which is outside the circle is segment OV. Siya yung nasa labas. That's why we call it as the external second segment. And in here, if we are referring to the secant NV, the part which is outside the circle, or what we call the external secant segment, is segment GV or VG. Iisa lang yon. Okay, how about in here? When we are referring to the secant NT, what is the external secant segment? This one, the part which is outside the circle, which is segment AT. Ayan. But in here, is this a secant segment empty? It is not. Why? Because it touches the circle in just how many points? 1. And if it touches the circle in just 1 point, what do you call it? Yes, it is a tangent. Therefore, kung tangent siya, syempre wala tayong external secant segment kasi hindi naman siya secant. Okay? Now, how about this one? Let us identify the external secant segment. But first, we have to identify which are secants and which are not. Let's see. How about segment IE? Is that a secant? Yes, because it touches the circle in 2 points. Therefore, kung secant siya, meron tayong external secant segment, which is segment ZE or EZ. How about this one? Is segment YE a secant? No, it is not, because it touches the circle in just 1 point, and we call it as tangent. How about this one? Segment HY. Is that a secant? Yes. Therefore, ang external secant segment natin ay segment HA. And how about segment HI? Is that a secant? No. Tangent din yan. Therefore, ito lang yung ating external secant segment. Let us have a practice exercise. When we are referring to segment AD, what are the external secant segments? Right. We have segment AB. And this one, segment CD. How about if we are referring to segment DH or HD? What is the external secant segment? That is correct. It is segment ED or DE. How about if we are referring to segment BG? The external secant segment is segment FG or GF. But in here, is segment IG a secant? No, it isn't. So we don't have any external secant segment in that part. How about if we are referring to segment IC? The external secant segment is segment IJ or JI. How about if we are referring to segment AH? The external secant segment is segment AK. Did you get it all right? Very good. If 2 secant segments are drawn to a circle from an exterior point, so in here we have a circle and 2 secant segments intersecting outside the circle at point C. Then, the product of the lengths of 1 secant segment, so we will be getting 1 secant segment here. So we have segment AC. And since we are getting the product, so we will be multiplying it with its external secant segment. So, kunin natin yung external secant segment niya and multiply natin. So, we have times segment BC. is equal to the product of the length of the other second segment. So we have equals. We will be getting the other second segment and multiply it with, ayan, so segment EC, multiply it with its external second segment. So we will be getting the external second segment of this second, which is segment BC. Yun. That is the formula for our 2-second power theorem. Okay, again, kunin natin yung isang buong second segment, so that's AC, times yung external niya. External second segment, I mean, times BC equals, kunin natin yung second segment nung isa naman, which is EC, times yung external second segment niya, times DC. Let us have some example. Okay, in this example, we have 2 seconds, which is second segment LN, and then second segment PN, intersecting outside the circle at point N. Now we have yung isang buong second, which is segment LN, times yung external niya, which is segment MN, equals yung isang buo naman nung kabila, which is segment PN, times yung external second segment niya, which is segment ON. Nakuha niyo ba, class? Okay. Now, let's see. Segment LN is 16. So, substitute lang natin. Ang external second segment niya is X. So, yun ang nawawala. So, substitute natin. Equals, yung isang buo naman sa kabila, which is, ito lang pala. Yung PO lang pala yung 10. And then, yung ON is 8. So, remember, PN ang ginagamit natin. So, i-add natin yung PO at saka yung ON para makuha yung isang buo. So, we have 10 plus 8. Ulitin ko ha, PN ang kailangan natin. Pero ang ibinigay, PO at saka ON. So, kailangan pa natin silang i-add muna. Times ON. So, ang ON natin is 8. Okay, so solving for X, we have 16 times X is 16X equals 10 plus 8 is 18 times 8. So, we have 16X is equal to, when we multiply 18 times 8, we have 144. And by division property of equality, we have to divide both sides by 16 para ma-cancel yung 16. So, we have X is equal to 144 divided by 16 is 9. Ayan. So, kung gusto natin i-check, let's see. Pag sinubstitute natin, we have 16x is equal to 10 plus 8 times 8. Pag pinalitan natin yung x ng 9, so we have 16 times 9, is it equal to 18 times 8? So, titingnan natin. Saan nga nakuha yun? Sinubstitute na natin yung value ng x into 9. So, 16 times 9 is 144, and 18 times 8 is 144, which is correct. Ayun. Let us have another example. Again, 2 seconds intersecting outside the circle at point Q. So, kunin muna natin yung formula. We have yung isang buong second times yung external. Okay, so ito muna yung mga given. Again, kunin natin yung formula. So, isang buong second, which is QS, times yung external second segment niya, which is QR, equals, yung isang buo naman ng kabila, isang buong second segment, which is QU, times yung external second segment niya, QT. Okay, let us substitute. Ang QS natin, class, hindi binigay. Pero yung QR tsaka RS binigay. So, i-add lang natin yon. We have QR at saka itong RS. So, we have 6 plus x. Ulitin ko ha, ito yung isang buo yung kinakailangan natin, pero hindi binigay ng isang buo. So, kailangan pa natin i-add yung QR plus x times QR. Ang QR natin ay 6 equals, dito naman, kahit ganun din, kinakailangan natin i-add yung 7 plus 5 times yung external second niya, which is 7. Yan. So, by distributive property, we have 6 times 6 is 36. And then, x times 6 is 6x. Okay, add natin yun. Equals, 7 plus 5 is 12 times 7. And then, so again, kinakailangan yung x lang ang nasa isang side ng equation. So, by addition property of equality, ilipat natin yung 36 sa kabila after multiplying 12 times 7. So, we have 6x is equal to 84. This one, 12 times 7. And then, let us transpose positive 36. It will become negative 36. So, we have 6x is equal to 84 minus 36 is 48. And then, by division property of equality, divide natin both sides by 6 para ma-cancel yung 6 natin. So, ang matitira natin, x na lang equals 48 divided by 6 is 8. Ayan. It's the value of our x. Now, again, by checking, pero hindi nyo na kailangan i-check kapag sure na kayo, pwede namang diretso na. Not necessarily na kailangan every time i-check nyo. So, we have, ayan, substitute natin yung value ng x. So, x will become this one, 8. Galing yung equation na yan dito, ha? So, 6 plus 8 times 6 is equal to 7 plus 5 times 8. So, we have 6 plus 8 is 84 times 6 pala, times 6. So, again, 6 plus 8, which is 14 times 6 is 84. And then 12 times 8 is also 84. So, they are equal. So, tama yung ating value ng x. Okay, in here, we have if a tangent, yan, meron tayong tangent, and a secant. Ayan. Remember, tangent touches a circle in just one point, and secant touches a circle in 2 points. Are drawn to a circle from an exterior point, so nag-meet sila sa labas ulit at point B. Then, the square of the length of the tangent secant segment, so kunin muna natin yung tangent, yan, which is segment AB, and then square daw. So, square. So, kunin natin yung square niya. Ayun. So, ulit, kunin natin yung tangent and then i-square natin. Is equal to the product of the lengths of the second segment. So, equal siya dun sa isang buong second segment, which is segment CB. And then, product daw eh. So, times its external second segment. So, kunin natin yung external second segment niya, multiply natin doon sa isang buong second. Ayan. So, this is our formula. Ulitin ko ha. Tangent second to ha. Kunin natin yung tangent. Ito yon AB. And then, i-square natin equals yung isang buong second, which is CB, times yung external second segment niya. Ganon. Let us have an example. Okay, kunin muna natin yung tangent niya, which is yx squared equals yung isang buong second, which is wx, times yung external second segment niya, zx. Okay? So, substituting, if tangent is 10, so squared natin yun, equals isang buong second is 25 times yung ang nawawala natin ay yung external second segment niya. Ayan. So, we have 10 square is 100 equals 25 times x is 25x. by division property of equality again, divide both sides by 25 para ma-cancel yung 25. So, x na lang matitira and 100 divided by 25 is 4. So, the value of our external second segment is 4. Again, by checking, so we have 10 squared is equal to 25x. So, palitan natin muna yung x if that will be the same. So, 10 squared is 100 and 25 times 4, is it still 100? Of course, it is. So, since they are equal, the value of our x is correct. Let us have another example. So, a tangent and a secant intersecting outside the circle at point O. So, by formula, we have the tangent OM, square natin yun, diba? Equals yung isang buong second segment, which is OP, times yung external second segment niya, which is segment ON. Now, ang nawawala naman natin ay yung tangent. So, we have x squared is equal to, okay, 9 yung external second segment, at yung nasa loob na second segment naman ay 16. So, since OP yung kailangan natin, kinakailangan pa natin i-add yung isang buo, yung external second segment, tsaka yung segment sa loob. So, we have 9 plus 16 times yung external second segment nating 9. So, we have x squared is equal to 9 plus 16 is 25 times 9. So, we have x squared equals 225. Now, paano ba again makakancel yung square? We have to extract the square root on both sides of the equation. Yan, cancel na yung square root tsaka yung square. So, matitira na lang, x is equal to, the square root of 225 is 15. Meaning, pag minultiply natin yung 15, dalawang beses, 15 times 15, the answer is 225. So, our value of x is 15. So, by checking again, so 15 squared is equal to 25 times 9 ba? So, 15 squared is 225, which is correct when we multiply 25 times 9. In here, if two chords of a circle intersect, so we have segment AC na isang chord. Remember, pag sinabi nating chord, the endpoints are on the circle. So, point A and point C yung kanyang mga endpoints. And then we have another chord here, segment BD. The endpoints are point B and point D, intersecting inside the circle. So, nag-meet sila sa point E. Yung kanina natin, yung dalawa, pareho yung intersecting outside the circle. Ito naman, sa loob siya nag-meet. Then, the product of the measures of the second segments of one chord. So, kung ano yung dalawang nahati or naputol na chord. So, we have segment AE at saka segment EC. So, ulitin natin, di ba, na-divide siya. Yung isa segment AE, yung isa naman segment EC. So, multiply lang natin yon. Ayan. So, segment AE times segment EC equals the product of the measures of the segment of the other chord. So, multiply naman natin doon sa dalawang naputol na isang chord. So, we have ito yung segment DE at saka yung segment EB. Ayan. Multiply lang yon. Ulitin ko ha. Kapag yung dalawang chords intersect inside the circle, multiply lang natin yung dalawang magkaputol na chord. So, we have AE times EC. Ayan yon. Bali, ito yung isang buong chord. Equals, ito naman yung kabilang chord na naputol. So, segment DE times segment EB. Let us have another example. Okay, in here we have two chords, segment JH and segment NO intersecting at point P. So, by formula, we will be multiplying JP, ito yon, times yung kaputol niya, times PH, equals NP, ito naman yung kabila, times yung kaputol niya na segment PO. Okay, if JP is 12 and PH is 4, also NP ang ating missing, nawawala, which is X, and PO is 6. So by substitution, JP is 12 times PH is 4 equals, ang NP natin ang missing, X, but PO is 6. Okay, solving for X, we have 12 times 4 equals 48 equals X times 6 is 6X. So again, by division property of equality, divide both sides by 6. Cancel na yung ating 6. So we have X is equal to 48 times 6 is 8. Okay, so yun. Okay, let us have another example. We have two chords here. So segment US and segment UT intersecting inside the circle at point R. So our formula, we have QR, ito yung isang kaputol ng isang chord, times yung kaputol niya, which is RS, is equal to, ito namang UR, times yung kaputol niya, times RT. So if QR is 10 and RS is 4, UR, yun ang ating missing, and RT is 5. By substitution, QR is 10 times RS is 5, ay 4 pala, ito, equals, UR is missing, and RT is 5. So, solving for X, we have 10 times 4 is 40, equals, X times 5 is 5X. By division property of equality, we have to divide both sides by 5 para ma-cancel yung ating 5. So we have X is equal to 40 times 5 is 8. So that is our missing second. Okay, for practice exercise, you may answer this 3. Pwede nyo munang i-pause ang video and then play it back na lang once you are done with your solution. Let us answer. So, ito muna yung ating sagutan. We have 21. Ito yung isang buo times yung nasa labas. 4 equals yung isang buong second, which is 14, times yung nasa labas or external second segment times X. So, by solving for X, so 21 times 4 is 84 equals 14 times X is 14X. By division property of equality, divide both sides by 14 para ma-cancel. So we have X na lang equals 84 divided by 14 is 6. Did you get the same? Very good. Now in here, we have yung tangent natin, square natin yun, which is 15 square equals yung isang buong second segment, which is 25 times yung external second segment, X. So, 15 square is 225 equals 25x. Divide both sides by 25. Cancel na yon. Matitira na lang x is equal to 225 divided by 25 is 9. Pareho ba tayo ng sagot? Okay, and then we have, pwede namang yung maunang isang chord, pwede rin naman yung isa. So, we have 8 times 12 equals X times 16. Yan, kahit na alin dyan ng, kahit magkapalit silang left and right side of the equation. 8 times 12 is 96 equals 16x. Divide both sides by 16. Cancel na yung 16. Therefore, we have x is equal to 96 divided by 16 is 6. Okay? Are you correct? Very good.
I hope you have learned something from me today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share Teacher SP's YouTube channel. On behalf of her, let me tell you this. Learning math is easy with Captain Marvel and Teacher SP. Bye!